Hey, Chicago. Slime Mage. Megan, hello. Good evening. How's everybody doing? Did everybody have a good dinner? Just keeping the game audio on. I know. Well, and it's layered too right now. Oh, the gang's all here. Hello. Hello, Polycule. Yeah, the layering oh, little Turbo Junior, hi, hey, how's it going? Uh, babysitting and upload for work, so glad for some company. Oh, perfect, yeah, just chilling. Oh, yeah, my mic, I don't know why my mic is so quiet all the time. I don't know what I can do, but yes. Christ giving, Christmas and Thanksgiving fused. But yes, I had to get back into this game. It's so fucking good. The writing just continues to impress the fuck out of me. This is the one game that is scratching that Disco Elysium itch. Like, I would almost say it's on par with Disco Elysium in terms of quality. Like, that's a pretty tall order. Let me see if I can. The audio's already pretty turned down. Maybe I'll make that a little bit better. It's a book game through and through, and like it's a lot of writing, but it's really hard for a game's writing to impress me. Like a lot of games writing, I'm just like, okay, cool, yeah, it's like that Tumblr post of like, this book has a lesbian knight and a non-binary robot, and guess what? It's not good. like there's a lot of games like that. That have that effect on me where like you check off the boxes of what's in it and it sounds cool and interesting and it's clearly made to appeal to someone of my sensibility who likes the games I like, but the writing is just not quite there. It feels a little placeholdery. But this game, so well written, all of these great discourses on art, on a responsibility to others, on how you persuade other people and the different approaches to doing that. Uh, and it's really interesting. I'm learning a lot about late medieval period history and art. It's just so fucking dope. Like, and if, for some reason, it's also a murder mystery. That just seems like a set of mechanics that you can plug into a game like this very easily. But you're not a cop, which is cool. So this game is. I had to get back into it, so I'm excited to fire it up again in a second here. That Callisto, this medieval RPG where the characters do a pronoun circle. Yeah, literally. This fucking, you know, this smut where everybody has a this CNC smut where somehow everybody has a conversation about boundaries or whatever. Hello, May Valence. Callisto, by the way, if you want to post a link in the chat to your crowdfunding or donation link, please do, and I can try and pin it, or you can pin it, uh, so people can help you out. Oh, perfect, great. Uh, so yeah, everyone, help out our illustrious mod and Discord chat with some funds if you can. And yeah, I've heard good things about Dunmeshi Waluigi Bowser. For me, neurodivergent and queer coded in itself is not enough. Like Maddie said, sometimes it's only good by video game writing standards or good by anime writing standards. Um, Taking the genre as a whole, and there's just like a lot of like schlocky writing out there. But I've heard that anime has really good, just fun neurodivergent characters and shit like that. So all right, yes, okay. So there in the chat is that Callisto's Ko-fi donation link. So throw it some support if you can, if you like the stream, all that good stuff. Uh, but yeah, let's get into this shit. It's it's late on the East Coast, I know, so I'm not gonna belabor the point here. Where we left off, we found out a little bit of information about I think it was Sister Marguerite, who was likely pregnant from Baron Rothvogel, the murder victim, and my Asterian bad boy, dead ex-boyfriend. And we were creeping in the library to find that information out. And in the process, we caught two of the monks having a gay sex. So I'm excited to see what happens next. Hello, it's Farrar. And yes, everyone, if you're on the Piscord, if you like Time Theft Today, Callisto is why we have a Piscord, which has done so much to bring people together and would have never been possible otherwise. Oh wait, I can move my keyboard so my microphone can be closer. So there we go. Yeah, that's where we left off. They were having a gay, they were doing a gay, and now we're gonna continue from there. There is no east of Chicago. Yes, there is no East Coast. Oh, wait, why am I here? I was just being interrupted. That's odd. It's sleep hours. Oh, that's weird. Did it not save all of that? Oh, no. That's really weird. The game has had really good autosave up to this point. Okay, well, that sucks. But I'm going to kind of speed run through this section really quick then, even though it has a lot of meaty, juicy bits for those of you who haven't seen it. But this is just the record of all of the nuns in this church in Crusoe and their family histories and the donations they've left to the church. And we're basically trying to figure out who was gone for a period of time. Sister Matilda, this is who it is. So Sister Matilda had a little situation where she was sent away to a hermitage not long after the deceased Baron Rothvogel was visiting. And so from this we kind of know that she was likely the reason for that, for one of the other, sources of motivation for potentially killing this fool, in addition to his Martin Luther sympathies. And yeah, if you want to see all this stuff in full, you can look at the last stream, which I actually also already put on the YouTube. Okay, but now we've got the information that we need from up here in the library. And now I need to talk to Cecilia and Matilda. But first, I need to sneak out of this library. I hope I don't get interceded by some gays. Or wait. Is it letting me leave or no? Oh, I have to read every book here, I guess, before I get the cutscene. Yeah, that's so weird, though. Just when I was beginning to trust an autosave, they do me like this. And this is another place to figure out the elements that correspond to the zodiacs, which I did not need to find out, but, Andreas doesn't know about astrology like that, so to solve the cipher from last time, we had to do that. Is that everything? I think that should be everything. I hope I'm not running into a glitch. Oh, here's a book. Okay. Okay, and this is just an account of the library. Okay, that should be everything. Great game. I'm listening to Laziness Does Not Exist While Working at the Co-op. Oh, hello, Fluffer. Glad you're enjoying the book. Okay, here we go. Cutscene. So y'all will get to see the gayness happening. And then a little dream sequence, though. I'm going to speed run that also. Oh, there he is, the little short Matthew, and I don't remember the taller guy's name. Oh, they're kissing. Oh, and he dropped his rosary. How can I turn this to my advantage? I'm going to just sit here and watch. Okay. Just going to wait for them to finish. And so now I'm just having a little sleep while they bang. And I'm entering my dream palace to talk to Beatrice and Socrates and what's the little imp guy's name? I can't remember. But first I have to hallucinate my dad. Yep, my dad just wants me to finish my masterpiece and make him proud. Not be a quitter like I was when I dropped out of law school. And he's guilting me for being a dropout. I live a very charmed life. And this is my betrothed. Yeah, I'm waiting for them to finish just because it's the respectful, safe thing to do. Andreas is always asking people whether they like their jobs and whether they want to get married, or and he asks them if they like their lot in life, and they're always totally baffled by the question. Like, why would you ask me whether I like farming? I just have to farm. He doesn't get that other people don't have choices. Okay. And here we're basically just having a little debate in my mind palace. Saint Grobian, that's his name. About how to, now that I've collected enough information to really suspect that, that I have pretty good proof that Brother Piero did not kill Baron Rothvogel, I have to basically prove to the Archdeacon that it was someone else. And I'm basically strategizing in my own mind here about how to most persuasively kind of make that case. Do I appeal to people's reason? Do I appeal to their wisdom? This is the proto-shower argument. This is, again, it's the Mind Palace. Oh, yeah, this area is really, really gorgeous. And basically, I'm a system, too. I've got St. Grobian, Socrates, and Beatrice in my head all the time. And Prior Ferenc is who I'm pretty sure actually killed the Baron, because we have some letters showing that Prior Ferenc had been basically blackmailed into doing occult rituals for the Baron, which is not good for a prior to be doing. And so it's likely that that's part of why he killed him. But accusing another one of the members of the church of having done the murder is going to be a little dicey. And I've also found the murder weapon in a grave in the churchyard, and a few other notes alluding to both the hidden pregnancy from Matilda and the occult rituals that Prior Ferenc was doing for Baron Rothvogel. So that's what we're just talking about. Oh yeah, I got, and that was just one day. Last stream was like over 4 hours, and that was just one day of like investigating shit, and it uncovers a ton in this game. So it's definitely more of a self-contained story than Disco Elysium a little bit, but there are things everything's really dependent on the time of day, and so you do have limited options in what you can do every day. Okay. So now we're caught up on what I left where I left off the other night. And so Sister Zdena is gonna find me sleeping here, sleeping rough in the library. Andreas, Andreas, wake up. Well, are you here for the books or for me? Oh. Well, I'm gonna take that out. You, of course. I'd call you a liar, but I know it's the truth. You probably pray every evening that when you knock on the door in the morning that I'll answer instead of Illuminata. Something like that. We're about to do a straight in here. Oh shit. Do you want to keep talking? I'm gonna go for it. Man, don't you hate when you stay up late watching two guys fuck and then you have to have straight sex to make up for it? Oh, wow, we're canoodling. We're kissing and canoodling. Oh, we're shaking the barracks. Oh, you know what you're doing. That's a nice surprise. Sister Zdena, are you here yet? Sister Zdena? Control yourself. Hold a finger to your lips. Angrily presents the upraised middle finger of her right hand. Did the middle finger mean that back then? Oh, God, protect us. Sister Illuminata, come quickly. Someone is sleeping behind the bookshelf. Oh, my God. Andreas, how did you find your way in here? Oh, man, I fucked up. And why are you here in the first place? You scared Sister Zdena half to death. I'm going to say it straightforward. I was looking at the Abbey's admissions records for clues about the Baron's death. What did the Abbey's records have to do with Baron Rothvogel's murder? I learned that the Baron hurt one of the sisters on his last visit to Curceau. Oh, I see. Yes, Sister Matilda. What happened to her was evil. But if you were reading about Sister Matilda, you can't really believe she killed the Baron. Matilda killed Baron Rothvogel? She's a drama queen. Zdena loves to stir the pot. I see you. Shush, of course not. I sincerely doubt that it's possible. You must admit she had good reason. Perhaps I am an old-fashioned Christian, but I do not consider anything a good reason to murder. This is not appropriate for us to discuss any further. You should speak to Sister Matilda or Mother Cecilia. I can't speak with you? It is not my story to tell, and in case you've forgotten, you shouldn't even be here. Please leave immediately. Of course. I'm sorry for the trouble. Now I'm going to be a piece of shit. So soon? Now, Andreas, or I will raise the abbot. Fine. Until later, sisters. Come, Sister Zdena, we have work to do. She gonna throw me a little wink? No, just a little look. Oh, man. Yeah, he's been edging all night long. Oh, and now he's hungry. Oh, okay. Well, last time we had a really lovely scene with the Ethiopian brother, Sebhat, and all of the children in town, telling them kind of Bible stories with these beautiful Ethiopian illustrations. That was our last lunch in the game. All right, Brother Waslav. Andreas, wait. Andreas, Christ, there you are. Don't tell me there's been another killing. Good God, no. We've been spared such horrors, for now at least. It's the Archdeacon. He's come early, with an entire retinue in tow. He's questioning everyone who knew the Baron and Brother Piero. I've already told him the little I know. He expects to speak with you today at Nuns. He requested you specifically. I went to the Gertners at Vespers to try to warn you, and you never showed up. Where were you all night? Honestly, in the library. I was following a clue and time got away from me. What? Why? No, never mind. Just don't let the abbot find out, and don't tell the archdeacon. Anyway, he's questioning everyone in the chapter house, and he's keenly interested in you. Did he say why? It's no secret you've been poking about the town and the abbey, sticking your nose in the rot. I hope your prying has borne fruit, or Piero's neck will meet the sword. I'm well aware of the stakes, thank you. If only I'd had a couple more days. Whatever happens, Piero knows you've been working hard on his behalf, and he's grateful for it. Only, Andreas... What is it? It's just, you know as well as I do, the Baron was not a good man. I'm not saying he deserved what he got, just you think hard about what you tell the Archdeacon and who you tell him about. You understand? You don't need to worry. I've found nothing that implicates you. You didn't do it, did you? It's not me I'm worried about. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to shout. You don't deserve that. All I'm saying is, if in your searching you heard anything about a certain sister, I'd ask you to keep it to yourself. Well, I want to save my boy. Saturdays are for the boys. Nons is for the boys. I'll do what I can to protect the sisters from censure. That's all I would ask of you. Be well, Andreas. I will pray for Piero's deliverance tonight. You should as well. The middle finger, the gesture dates back to ancient Greece, and it was also used in ancient Rome. Historically, it represented a phallus. Wow. Oh, that makes sense. In the early 1800s, it gained increasing recognition as a sign of disrespect and was used by music artists. Wow. So she was kind of throwing me a phallic symbol then. All right. So at Nons, I have to go to talk to the Archdeacon. But for now, I need to find someone to have a little snacky snack with. I would like to talk to Ottilia, the widow. I don't think she'll have me, but I want to learn about the pagan shit she was getting into. And she has a motive to kill Baron Rothvogel as well. I could also eat with our Romani friend in the woods. That could be kind of nice. Let's see what we can do. But yeah, this game is moving at a pretty fast pace. Like, in terms of the plot developments falling into line, which is kind of great. Like, it feels like it would have some replay value for me. God be with you, Andreas. There's Cat. Hello, Master Mailer. I'm sorry to cause you trouble, but have you seen Martin recently? He wasn't feeling well, so I let him sleep until prime. The monastic hour during the first hour of daylight, one of the little hours of prayer. But when I came to check on him, he was gone. I did see Martin running through the meadow, but this is a delicate situation, and I'm not sure how I should handle it. I didn't get a chance to speak with him, and I don't know what he was up to. It could be entirely innocent, but if I tell Kat that I saw him fleeing the abbey, she might think her son killed Lawrence. She might think I think her son killed Lawrence. That could cause her undue stress. It probably wasn't even Martin who did it. Yeah, we don't really suspect him that much. And he doesn't strike me as the murdering type. Yeah, nobody really thinks that he's, like, doing it. I wish I'd never seen him. I'll be honest, though. I saw him Thursday morning. He ran through the meadow while I was on my way to the Abbey at Prime. But he said he was sick. And what was he doing in the meadow? He hardly ever goes out there. It always makes him sneeze. He seemed to be running from the Abbey. Why do you ask? Martin has not been home in some days. He has a history of making poor decisions. Like stealing? Baron Rothvogel's manservant believes Martin may have stolen some of the Lord's rings. Lord have mercy. That must be where he's gone to sell them. Oh, Martin, how could you? Do you know where he's likely to have gone? The last time he ran off, it was to Innsbruck. But I don't know. I don't know. He could be anywhere. What if he's attacked on the road? I'm sure he'll be all right, Kat. I pray to God that you are right. I'm sorry. This is not your trouble. Thank you for speaking to me. Was there something else? I don't want to impose, but if it wouldn't be too much trouble, please let me know if you see Martin. I'm so worried for him. Of course, Kat. Thank you, Master Mailer. Be well. Oh, I meant to ask, would you care to join us for a meal? Perhaps another time, Kat. Of course. Take care, Andreas. I appreciate the offer, but I don't think I'm going to get any useful information from that meal. And I know the widow is not going to let me eat with her, but I'm going to try. You want something? Yeah, nothing. She is not interested in speaking to me. And why would she? I work for the church that banned all of her pagan rituals. So she can just hang out with her little wood animals and chill. So let's see here. Is there anybody else that I should get lunchy lunch with? I don't really know. Klaus, or not Klaus, Lucky. I should probably have a meal with Lucky, because he might know a little bit more about everything that's going on. Where is he? Lucky Steinhauer. Yeah, Lucky's got a little bit more going on. I believe his house is up over here. Got this little alcoholic guy still chilling. That's cool. Let's check the map. Steinhauer. I mean, I saw him over here. I thought that was his house. I could also try eating at the mill. Because I know the miller's wife kind of has a little something going on. She definitely seems way more sympathetic to me than her piece of shit husband. And I feel bad for her. Oh, here's a Steinhauer. Let's see if I can get a meal. Hello, Andreas. No, that's it. Damn. Can ask his wife. Hello, Andreas. Nothing. Okay. Oh, got a pet slough. Look at this shit. I love their little smirking faces. It's so good. Oh, fuck. That's some good shit right there. Okay, let's see if we can get a meal. Hello, Master Mailer. Nothing. Maybe I will have to go back to Cat for a meal. Yeah, they're just acknowledging me. Well, let's see if the Bowers will still feed me. All right. How kind of you, Cat. Please leave the way. It's nothing. Brigitte and I would be glad of the company. Bless us, O Lord, and these your gifts for which we are about to receive from your bounty. Through Christ our Lord, amen. Oh, the baby's crying. So cute. Looks like a Peanuts character. Amen. You're a respectful man, Andreas. Your parents discipline you? They tried. Thought as much. That's the secret to well-behaved children. A firm hand. Oh, fish stew and salmon hand pie. Oh my god. Let's do the stew first. Spare the rod and spoil the child. That's what the Bible says. The Bible says a lot of things. Does it say anything about being a good guest? Wah! Maybe if Wolf cried less, Martin wouldn't have felt the need to run off. What, is he supposed to hit the baby into not crying? I'm sorry, I'll try to keep him quiet. Oh my god. Wah! This goddamn racket is giving me a headache. Oh no, the baby's sniffing. That's so sad. There you go, sweet boy. Finally. It's too goddamn cold in here. Cat, you'll get some firewood after the meal. Damn, this guy sucks. Having some ham pie, though. Yes, of course. Only, what? You've got an excuse now? Little tummy ache? Need to lie down? I worry Attilia will come back. The widow Kemperin? Has she been bothering you? I found her collecting firewood on our land. I asked her to leave because I pay the goddamn taxes on that firewood. And she shouted at me quite forcefully. She does seem to enjoy doing that. Half the town must have heard her cussing out that baron of yours. Old witch. If she wanted to keep her house, she should have had a few more sons. Oh wow, I have no option but to say nothing. Cat did. Why couldn't that old bat? You tell him, Cat. Wah! Sorry. Come now, little bear, it's all right. You're a good boy, aren't you? Oh my god, this poor baby. Hello, Miss Anonymous Bra. How's it going this evening? Yeah, I'll be nice to her. You're a marvel at soothing him, Brigitte. I have many opportunities to practice, I'm afraid. I wasn't done speaking. Of course, I'm sorry. Now you tell him, Cat. Tell him how you chose to have a son, and did. I prayed daily for a son, and then I had Martin. That's right, just as I told you. You and Hetty both. Oh, Hetty. She's a little bit more of a spitfire. If my brother's wife can make the Lord hear her, that old witch could have done the same. I hope Martin's all right. He usually comes back by now. Shiftless, good-for-nothing malingerer. He better come back so I can beat the pants off him. Johann would never let his boy get away with this shit. My brother knows how to raise an obedient son. Speaking of malingering, we've all got work to do. Enough sitting around. Damn, this dinner sucked. Thank God. What was that? Just thanking the Lord for a fine meal. See yourself out, then. Damn. That experience blew. Alright, I am supposed to go talk to the Archdeacon, but I'm definitely gonna talk to Mother Cecilia and Matilda first about what a piece of shit Rothfuel probably is. Let me check my homies in the woods first. Did you need something, Master Mailer? No, but thank you. Hey, Master Mailer. Yeah, nothing new here. And you know what? While I'm over here, I'll pop in and say hello. Oh, I should have had lunch with Rothvogel's wife. That's what I should have done. If she would have had me, that would have been a lot more useful. Ooh, let's pet Fursten. What a good lad with a beard. Look at him. Oh. So sweet. Okay, let's talk to Mother Cunt over here. Hello, Master Mailer. Nothing. Yeah, I definitely should have supped with her again. At the very least, that would have been more pleasant. Over to the convent we go. And I'm going to get in everybody's business. Anybody that'll talk to me. God bless you, Master Mailer. May I ask you some questions, Sister Matilda? You know Mother Cecilia doesn't like us talking to men unless it's truly necessary. This concerns the murder of the Baron. Yes, it's tragic, but what does it have to do with me? Why did you have to leave Curacao to go to a hermitage? Baron Rothvogel had an appetite for young women. Neither his marital vows nor the vows of the women seemed to matter much to him. When I was on my way to town one day, he surprised me in the meadow and made his interests clear. Oh, I'm about to fucking victim blame here. Do you walk to town alone? No, I'll let her continue. I refused his advances. I thought that would be the end of it. This was not enough, because he did the same thing the next day. I refused him again. Again, I could blame her for not telling people, but I'm going to let her finish. I thought if I was patient, the problem would leave with him. I never thought that the Baron was capable of doing what he did. On the third day, he attacked me on my way through the meadow. He dragged me into the forest where he could have his way with me. I managed to badly scratch his neck. It saved my virtue, but it enraged him. He beat me until he was exhausted, and he left me there in the woods. Gonna say nothing. Mother Cecilia had me removed from Curacao for my safety until I could recover. The wounds to my body have healed, but the attack has left a lasting injury in my mind. Both not nice things to say, but I'm going to go with this one. This one's more neutral. So, did you kill the Baron? No, I did not. If you don't believe me, do what you feel is necessary. It's hard to ignore your past with the Baron. I was angry. I was filled with hate, yes, but it's been years. Mother Cecilia and Father Thomas helped me move past the anger, to find love in this community. Father Thomas? Yes, Father Thomas is our confessor. We can talk to Mother Cecilia about our problems, but only a priest can hear our confessions. Thank you for your time, sister. God bless you, Master Mailer. Damn, I didn't say anything to her about, like, sorry that happened. Anything like that. Damn. That was rough. Shitty move. I need a pet Mousefanger after that. Yeah, they do a lot to just make, no matter how you play it, at best, Andreas is going to be an oblivious piece of shit. Yeah, the kitties are so cute. They're so sweet. Yeah, he can be anywhere from a completely selfish asshole to just a completely oblivious, privileged cat, but nothing less than that. God bless you, Andreas. God bless you, Mother Cecilia. Is there something I can help you with? I need to talk to you about Sister Matilda. Matilda told me. Of course. What happened to Sister Matilda was tragic. Lawrence, the Baron, tried to seduce Sister Matilda. She rebuked him several times. So one morning he attacked her in the meadow on her way to town. He dragged her into the woods. Sister Matilda is a strong woman, but her resistance was met with violence. When pilgrims to the shrine found her, she had been beaten so badly she could barely move. Oh, now I act shocked. I'm assuming the Baron didn't suffer any consequences for this attack. No, I knew he wouldn't. I also knew that bringing the attack to the attention of Father Matthias would put him in an impossible position. The Baron would suffer no consequences, but the abbot would have refused his continued patronage. I concealed the assailant's identity from Father Abbot and had Sister Matilda taken to a hermitage near Mittenwald. Mittenwald, a small municipality known for its transalpine routes between Augsburg, Innsbruck, and Milan. Massive amounts of coin and trade pass through Mittenwald each year. She stayed there under the care of sisters until she recovered and could return. Why am I saying, like, compassionate things now, not in front of Matilda? That's so stupid. You really don't think... Well, no, this would be the best for getting investigation material, so I'll do this one. How did Sister Matilda feel about seeing the Baron again at Curceau? Andreas, if you want me to tell you that I think Sister Matilda killed the Baron, I won't. Seeing him was hard for her, of course. She defended her virtue from the Baron, but her injuries were severe. Her body recovered in time. Her mind, I don't know if it ever will. Still she fights him. In her dreams. She wakes in the night screaming, soaked in her own sweat. So it affected her, yes. It still affects her. That doesn't mean she wanted to kill the Baron. It certainly doesn't mean she actually did. Sister Matilda is a faithful servant and friend of Christ. I believe that truly, Andreas. She is respected and beloved by this community for good reason. I think Brother Waslav knew the Baron attacked her. He cautioned me against bringing her up with the Archdeacon. No, he didn't know. Perhaps it will come to light now that the Baron has been murdered, but she didn't tell him before. Oh. What do I know about their relationship? I don't think I know anything. Yeah, Maddie, that stood out to me too. I'm curious how feasible her understanding of PTSD is. Both of them are talking about how her mind has a sickness. I mean, I think, like, I don't know the 1500s that well, but certainly people would write. I guess I'm thinking more about, like, diaries and stuff from, like, the 1800s, which is way later. But people would talk about feeling, like, feverish or sick about something or having nightmares. But I don't know. I mean, I guess people just had the experience of things staying with them. But yeah, I don't think they had the concept of PTSD, certainly. But I mean, even honestly, like, under this kind of breed of Christianity, you'd think almost they'd probably be told to, like, pray away those feelings or something. So, like, the acceptance of it probably rings to me as the most weird. Like, being, like, thinking that it's kind of fine or understandable for someone to continue to be sick and afflicted with what happened, that does feel a little, like, anachronistic, doesn't it? Anyway, I'm about to sell her out. But their relationship is more than... Andreas. He didn't know. She assured me she told no one else in all this time. No one. And if she chooses to tell anyone now, it hardly matters. I see. Do not mention Sister Matilda to the Archdeacon, Andreas. I do not believe she could have done this. Of course. God bless you, Andreas. Consider the evidence. I need to decide what to do with all this information. It's Farrar says, they'd know that dudes frequently come back from war forever changed, but I don't know if they'd be able to identify trauma after sexual violence as the same thing. People today struggle with that too. Yeah, I mean, I think they, even though it was like an incredibly patriarchal, like rape culture society, they did, I think, have some concept. I don't know about this time period, but a little bit after that, at least, of like if somebody stole a woman's virtue, quote unquote, that was like traumatic for her and devastating because there was just so many writings of people where like that's like the plot line in a work of fiction, again from like a couple centuries later, of like people just being completely tormented from some experience and then running off to a nunnery or descending into madness or depression or something like that. But something like this where she fought him off and wasn't fully assaulted, even though it's somebody trying to do that and availing themselves to you, that's the traumatic thing, not actually the physical facts of what happens. But they would definitely see that distinction, and obviously it was like the woman's responsibility if she like lost her virtue or whatever. So yeah, I don't know. um I can kind of see how they might have some sense of, I don't know. So I guess something like this they would normally, I think back then, probably play down as not being bad or as being her fault, and for attracting his attention, even like in the first place, like even being him setting his sights on her would have probably been seen as her fault. So that does feel a little anachronistic. Oh, gang's all here. What are you doing here, Ulrich? God bless you, Andreas. Good day, Andreas. I hate that guy. Oh, here's Adoc. God bless you. Everybody's here. Oh my god. Hey, Andreas. Oh my god. Is this just to fucking twist the knife? Make me feel shittier? So, I mean, I don't think Matilda killed him. Somebody could have killed Rothvogel on her behalf, but snitching her out for that doesn't help anything. It seems much more likely that it was Prior Ferric. Let me see if I can find the gay boys, though, before I do anything. Before I blow up this whole church, I want to talk to the gay boys. Oh, here's Rudiger. God bless you, Andreas. Oh, okay, he was the one that was singing before. So him and Matthew were both in this room together. So they hang out a lot. God bless you, Andreas. So beautiful. So these gay bitches just hang out together. All right. Off to judgment. Hope I can save my homie. Please state your name for our records. Mm-hmm. Andreas, son of Joseph Mailer, master artist from Nuremberg. What is an artist doing in Curceau Abbey? The abbey still has some commissions from wealthy patrons, and I need the money before I return to Nuremberg. Arnold, please write that down. I think we're ready to begin. Of course, Your Reverence. Now then, Master Mailer, what was your relation to Lorenz, the Baron Rothvogel? I only knew him for a day, but we were on friendly terms. Do you feel you had a sense of him as a person? Yes, Your Reverence. How would you characterize him? A nobleman, for all the good and ill that comes with that title. Do you have a problem with the nobility, Master Mailer? I'm going to use my legal scholar skills here, which I did not know was even going to be relevant. I didn't know I was going to be doing a murder investigation, but glad I picked that build. Is this germane to the investigation, Your Reverence? I determine what is germane. And have you already forgotten who asked the questions here? My apologies, Your Reverence. Do you know of anyone who had a reason to harm the Baron? I can think of a few people, Your Reverence. Good. That might help us solve this problem that faces us. The Baron Rothvogel was murdered here, in this very room. Someone did it. Father Gounod believes it was one of his monks, Brother Piero. I have met with Brother Piero and questioned him at length. While it seems unlikely that a man of his age and temperament could murder the Baron, he was discovered in flagrante delicto. Let's see, corpus delicti. Body of the crime, sometimes literal, often figurative. The principle that must be proven to establish a crime has occurred. Right. He was found with the body of the crime, not actually in blazing offense of the crime. Technically, he discovered the corpus delicti, but was not caught in flagrante delicto. Master Mailer, I'm not interested in your clarifications, technical or otherwise, on matters of Latin or law. If you wish to advocate on behalf of Brother Piero, I suggest shutting your mouth until I ask you a question. Piero had reasons to resent the Baron. The loss of his work, the insistence on discussing the writings of the troublemaker from Wittenberg. And as for his age and infirmity, I myself have read of many cases in which a man of modest strength succumbs to the temptations of the devil. Once seized by a devilish fever, the poor sinner gains an infernal power that allows him to inflict grievous wounds, sometimes fatal. What I am saying is that in spite of the curious circumstances, Brother Piero is the most plausible perpetrator of this most vile act. I understand that you are on friendly terms with Brother Piero. You also interacted with the Baron both in the town and the abbey. Did you witness anything that suggests someone else could have murdered Baron Rothvogel? All right. Yeah, I'm definitely going to put Ferenc on the fences for this one. The abbey's prior Ferenc was behaving suspiciously the day of the Baron's arrival. He may have had a motive. That is an extraordinary claim, Andreas. The abbot speaks highly of the prior, and he oversees both your and Brother Piero's work, does he not? Yes, but Prior Ferenc's role in the scriptorium has little bearing on his motive. An extraordinary claim requires extraordinary evidence for me to take it seriously. Why should I take the word of an artist over a respected officer of this abbey? I can provide evidence of Prior Ferenc's motive. Please do so. Okay, this one sounds better. Baron Rothvogel and Prior Ferenc were exchanging letters about performing a magical ritual during the Baron's visit. You have proof of this? I have an imprint of a letter that the prior wrote to the Baron. In it, the prior mentions that he will not perform a ritual for the Baron even if the Baron does follow through on a threat to implicate him to inquisitors in Innsbruck. An implication of necromancy is a serious matter. The prior's position would have been in peril, possibly even his life. And how do you believe Prior Ferenc would have killed the Baron? I pray you will not say it was a magical ritual. I found a silver rod that belongs to Prior Ferenc. It has dried blood on it. A silver rod, likely a magical tool of some sort, but it is of a size and weight appropriate for the head wound that the Baron received. How did you come to possess this item? In truth, it involved a little grave digging. Should I do that or my persuasion check? I'm going to tell the truth. Master Mailer, while it is not my place nor my task to hold you liable for what you've done, I will be informing Father Gurneau. Is there anything else to say about the prior? No, Your Reverence. Very well. Who else may have wanted to see the Baron dead? I'll throw Martin under the bus because I don't like him. A local thief, Martin Bauer. Yes, his name has come up in my inquiries. My understanding is that he absconded with some of the Baron's valuables. Arnold? Yes, Your Reverence. A silver ring, a gold ring, 12 gulden, 10 groschen, and a book intended as a gift for the Abbey. Thank you. It is my understanding that this boy was known as a thief, but also as a coward, and that the theft was from the Abbey's guest house, after the Baron had already left it. Very well, Your Reverence. I am not treating him as a serious suspect for the Baron's murder at this time. Who else may have wanted to see the Baron dead? I really don't want to put Sister Matilda up for this. I'll do Lucky, though. Lucky Steinhauer argued with the Baron. Who is Lucky Steinhauer? I don't believe his name has come up during our questioning. The town stonemason. All right. What's the connection between the town stonemason and a nobleman from Worms? I and at least 3 farmers in the village saw Lucky arguing with the Baron when he came to town. About what? I don't know, but the argument was heated. Hetty and Veronica Boweren witnessed it. You mentioned a third witness. Yes, Martin Bauer. Unfortunately, yes, as discussed, the boy fled. Still, we will question the women about what they saw. And how do you propose that this stonemason killed the Baron? He's quite strong. Yes. I am simply saying it's possible he could have committed the murder. Your opinion is noted, Master Mailer. Is there anyone else you can think of who may have wanted to harm the Baron? Yeah, I'm not going to do it. I can think of no one else who could have cause to harm the Baron, Your Reverence. Very well. Are you aware of anything else that might shed some light on this case? Has Brother Florian told you about the note he found in the Baron's clothing? Yes. Brother Florian explained how he came to find it and told me its contents. Master Adjager has entered his testimony in our register. I don't understand the implications. Who is the innocent? Oh, fuck. It's not clear to me either, Your Reverence. Do you believe the murderer wrote it? Whoever wrote it was a talented scribe. I understand Curceau has 2, the elderly brother Adoc and the younger brother Guy. To be frank, Your Reverence, neither man has the skill to write in this way. There's something else about it, too. The style is just different. It's unlike Adoc and Guy's writing. Unlike mine. Yes, well, whatever the particulars, it seems it will remain a mystery that stands apart from the commission of the murder. Unfortunately, there is more to tell. I found more notes. Notes written in the same hand, on the same type of parchment, to those who had a motive to kill the Baron. This is deeply troubling, but again, beyond the bounds of my investigation. In any case, I thank you for bringing it to my attention. Of course, Your Reverence. Thank you again for your time, Master Mailer. Okay. So I have a decent persuasion score. Yeah, let's go for it. Would it be impertinent of me to opine on who the killer is? Not at all. You are an educated man and have conducted yourself appropriately in this inquiry. I reserve final judgment, of course, but who do you believe killed the Baron? Considering all of the evidence, yeah, I don't have enough information on Lucky, and I have lots of information on Ferenc. And I did not pursue the Matilda case any further. Prior Ferenc, Your Reverence. Others may have had a motive, but Prior Ferenc had the most to lose. Noted. Your contributions to this inquiry are appreciated. Thank you for your time and candor. You are quite welcome, Your Reverence. Until later, Master Mailer. Until then, Your Reverence. Oh shit, final day. Okay, so this game is pretty quick. Andreas, I didn't think you were coming to this. I didn't think I was either. I suppose I wanted to see how this ends after all. It was the prior of the Abbey, if you can believe it. Did you ever talk with him in the Abbey, Andreas? Okay, so it sounds like they thought it was him. You missed the trial, Andreas. That archdeacon read all of the charges and found him guilty. This is total cap. This is a total lie. But, okay, I'll do this one. I worked with him almost every day, Clara. I didn't know he had murder in him. Oh, they want you to think they're so pious, but they're all here. But all they're here to do is slowly drain the life out of this town. Calm down, Peter. Oh, here comes the procession. Did I miss anything? No, you're fine. Andreas? Otto? We have to watch this guy get killed? I didn't do this, God. No. Oh, it's going too fast. They're chanting. This can't be happening. This can't be happening. Wait a second. What? Running like a chicken, crying like a woman. Oh, everybody's chattering. Silence, silence. I order the executioner to carry out his duty. I warrant him peace and safe conduct, whatever may befall him. Yeah, I'll watch. My God, my God. Hold still. No, no, no. Oh, shit. Oh, he moved. Oh, this is like... Oh my God, that's like what happened to, Catherine Howard? Was it her? I think that was the one that she didn't get a full decapitation the first time, and like her head like fell forward and they had to like saw at it. Is that right? I don't think it was Anne Boleyn. I think it was Catherine Howard who got a way shittier one, because Anne Boleyn got this very like lavish, respectful execution, I'm pretty sure. You have executed as judgment and law have required. For that I thank God and my master, who has taught me such art. Damn. I know this was your doing, Andreas. You know it was only a matter of time before Ferenc was caught for his interests. Yes, but that was for me to deal with. There's no future for the scriptorium now without him. Is that really what you're concerned about? He killed a man. You are no longer welcome at Curso, Andreas Mailer. I will send your final payment to the Gertners. May you have a long and successful career in Nuremberg, and may you never travel this way again. Oh, wow. Now it's June. Andreas, has the time come for you to leave us? I'm afraid so, Brother Piero. This farewell will have to be brief. Father Gurnot made it clear I was no longer welcome in Curso. I pray that time will soften Father Abbott's heart. I hope he eventually realizes you were only trying to help me. This is a sad parting, but inevitable. I had hoped you would stay a bit longer. But the world needs you more than Curso does. You have grown beyond this old abbey and become a master in your own right. I will miss you, my son. As I will you. Come, your masterpiece is complete. May I see it one last time before you go? Please, I value your assessment. The opinion of one old monk matters little. All the same, I'm excited to see it finished at last. I imagine that the masterwork is different every time. Oh, okay. It's the Gertners in the woods. It is a masterpiece, truly worthy of the word. And it appears you took my advice to heart. What advice was that? To put yourself into the work. Not just to interpret another artist's work, but to transform it into something true. This shows the world as it is, as you have seen it, even if it is not what we may want to see. Though it is not my place to say so, I am proud of you, Andreas. Oh, dropped a note. What's this? A scrap of parchment? Do not return here. A warning? Whose hand is this? It doesn't look like Brother Adoc's or Brother Guy's. Brother Florian and I found a similar note in the Baron's clothing. And I found more notes delivered to others while I was investigating. They must have been written by someone who knew the darkest secrets of the town and this abbey. They tugged at those secrets to kill the Baron, like someone pulling at threads that had been buried in the past. A frightening thought. But who would do such a thing? I wish I knew. Oh, don't worry about it. Do not trouble yourself overly about it. Your future lies outside of these walls. I hope that you will have time to visit me once or twice in your travels before the Lord takes me. I'll come as often as I can, assuming Father Gurnot doesn't forbid it. We must have faith that better days lie ahead for all of us. God bless you, Andreas Mailer. Thank you for your guidance. Until later. Oh, I'm sad. This is definitely not the official ending. It definitely feels like I did not uncover the full underbelly of this town. I have no idea who wrote the letters. I never followed Lucky. To figure out Lucky Steinhauer's motive, you have to just post up and wait for him to be done with his work and then follow him to the church. And I didn't implicate Matilda. And there's probably more going on there. I think probably, yeah, you have to go through multiple playthroughs to get all the information. Because a lot of it is like time limited. Are you all right, Master Andreas? Oh, here I'm old. What? Are you all right, Master Andreas? Yes, thank you. I was just remembering him. Trying to, anyway. It doesn't come easily anymore. Oh, would you like me to leave you alone? No, no, Casper. It's not necessary. There's nothing to be done about it now. It's too late. Like so many things. Andreas Mailer. I never expected to see your face here again. Have you been in Nuremberg for these last 7 years? No. Nuremberg for a few years. But I received some lucrative commissions abroad. Ooh. Oh, I have more. Okay, where did I live? Oh no, Polish. Cultural touchstones from Krakow, Prague, and Buda. England. France. Aragon. Ooh. Wow, I did not know that I was going to have a whole other time period that I'm working in. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's do Aragon. I spent a few years in Aragon. They're quite fond of the Netherlandish painters, and my style was, well, close enough. Are they still conducting those ghastly inquisitions there? Across the peninsula, yes, though less so in Aragon. Why? I find them cruel. The Jews were ejected from Dijon as well, an ugly part of our history. That also feels a little anachronistic. I'm surprised you care at all. Well, I'm not about to leap into a fire to save anyone, but I don't think it's right, what's happened to them. In spite of your extensive travels and success, you're still not welcome at Curceau. The abbot hasn't forgotten what happened. 7 years isn't all that long. I simply wanted to pay my respects to an old friend. Surely you understand that? I understand why Father Abbot expelled you from the abbey. What were you expecting, a hero's welcome? Oh, let's see, I'm standing at the Landhaus, an inner tavern usually operated by a single family that serves travelers in rural areas. I didn't get Ferenc killed, if that's what this is about. The Archdeacon is the man who found him guilty. Why should I be held responsible for it? Andreas, get out! Why is he so rude? Make a rude gesture and leave. God, every time I forget these things have stakes. Okay. That monk seemed unhappy to see you, Master Andreas. Why is the abbot so angry with you? Toward the end of my stay in Tassing, there was a murder at Curceau Abbey. A nobleman. I'm still wearing his brooch, I'm noticing. Father Gruneau panicked and accused my friend, Brother Piero, of committing the crime. I helped convince the investigating archdeacon that another monk was responsible, Prior Ferenc. He was executed for the crime. You got someone killed? It was that or let an innocent man die. That's not much of a choice. Still, I would have been scared. Why didn't you mention it before? Well, I suppose it must have been a hard situation about if the abbot is still this mad at you. Hard but exhilarating. I had to make some difficult choices. Maybe they were the wrong ones. I've had to live with that. Why did we come here if you're not welcome? I wanted to pay my respects to Brother Piero. And to be honest, I'm not looking forward to returning to Nuremberg. This commission, it's an obscure vanity piece under the pretext of a religious scene. My patrons just want to celebrate themselves and their wealth. I dread each new commission more than the last. Every step I take toward home is agonizing. But, Master, you're famous and rich. Your work is wonderful. When I saw your altarpiece in Nuremberg, I begged my father to help me become your apprentice. I don't understand how you could accomplish all that you have and be unhappy. Well, if... All that I have accomplished is my work, yes. Now I am left hollow, with nothing else left. Once I wanted this life so much that it consumed my every waking thought. I don't know if I've changed or if I wanted was never really real. Maybe I've been a fool this whole time. So this is what you have to look forward to, Casper. A life of disappointment. No, I'm taking the high road now. I'm an older man. I want life as an artist to be better for you, Casper. Learn from my mistakes, all right? All right. Yes, Master Andreas. Well, come, let's visit my old friend Klaus. It's been too long. As you like, Master Andreas. Okay, oh, I do get to actually move around. The room is sparse compared to what I'm used to. He remains a snob. Hannah. Hello, Andreas. How are you enjoying your stay? Well enough. Perhaps my husband can provide something else to make your stay more enjoyable. Thank you, Hannah. That's very kind. You're most welcome, Master Mailer. Was there anything else? No, thank you. Until later. Until then. I guess I'll probably see the consequences of my choices, like not supporting the Gertners with their tax problem. There's the meadow. Killian, or Cillian. Good day, Master Mailer. Nico. Ah, Master Mailer, is it? Hello and welcome to the Golden Hand. I am Nico Berger. I own this land house and run it with my wife, Hannah, and our son, Killian. I believe my boy helped you to your room. Is it to your liking? It suffices. I see. We will strive to exceed your expectations during your stay. Is there anything we can do to make your stay more enjoyable? I don't think there's sufficient light in the room. We can place additional candles and lamps in your room for a modest price. That will be fine. Very good, Master Mailer. When you arrived in town, one of the locals said you lived here a few years back. Yes, I worked for the Abbey as an artist. Ah, I see. I heard that you were involved in solving a murder. Yes, out of necessity. The wrong man was being accused of the crime, a friend of mine. I heard it was the prior at the Abbey, that the Baron was a sacrifice in some diabolical spell the brother was casting. No, he wasn't casting a spell. The Baron wasn't a sacrifice. Where did you hear that? Oh, bits and pieces that people have said here and there. Well, it's wrong. I meant no offense, Master Mailer. I just find it to be an interesting story. It's not a story. It's something that happened. 2 people died. Of course. Again, I meant no offense. Well, I'll leave you to your day. Until later. Until then. Oh, we have a little bard here. Or no, he's got a sword. Hello, Andreas. Some kind of lord with a sword. What is that about? Let's head to the meadow. Is that Martin? Just do it. You know it's the right thing. I don't understand why this is so hard for you. Otto, I'm scared. It's dangerous to cross the Abbot. Would you prefer the alternative? You don't need to do that, Otto. I understand. I'm just saying... Andreas? Andreas Mailer? It's good to see you again, old friend. Otto, you're looking well. This is my apprentice, Kaspar Ziegler, from Salzburg. Oh shit, I meant to click on that. Good day. Ah, that answers that. I thought he might be your son. We don't grow them that fast, even in Nuremberg. They grow fast enough around here. Eva and I just had our first, little Otto, though we call him Oats. Utz. Oh, another little stupid baby. Oh my god. After yourself? After my dad. He lived to see my boy born, even long enough to play with him. It was another stroke, Dr. Stolz says. He went fast. It's been a trial with him gone, but Clara and Ursula help out where they can. And Ursula's probably a teen by now. Or a tween. I'm sorry to hear about your father. That's life. At least he's with the Lord now, free of his aches and pains. I know Eva wrote to you about my father's death, Andreas. Why didn't you write back? I'm sorry, things got busy after I left Tassing. Sorry to interrupt, but I should be heading back. Do I not recognize that he's Martin? I feel like I should remember your face, but I can't place it. Oh, don't trouble yourself. It's me, Martin. Remember? You've grown. It's been known to happen with children. As much as I love whiling away the hours in the meadow, I have a lot to attend to. Otto, I'll see you at the meeting later. Andreas, until later. The last time I saw Martin was in this meadow. He was sneezing. Seemed to hate being here. Even his mother, Kat, said that he always sneezed when he was in the meadow. Strange. Is it strange, or are you just confused? I know what I saw. Are you sure? Good to see you, Martin. Something about memory being fallible here. The layout of the town is different too. Like, when did this inn go up? Pain in my ass. I can't believe how much Martin's changed. True. He's like the prodigal son. Took over his father's farm after France died. He's a much better husband to Brigitta, and provider for Kat. Hello again, Silharsa. Yes, another chill stream, though we've moved very much forward in the plot, but I think you'll be able to piece together what happened. What's this about a meeting? You've picked an interesting time to visit. Come by the town commons in a while. I think you'd be interested to hear what I have to say. Oh, I didn't realize you were in the business of giving speeches. I'll definitely attend. Sounds good. Until later, then. Let's see. Ran into Otto Zimmerman and Martin Bauer. Otto told me to come to the counters. Oh, so I'll talk to Klaus first. Okay. Where is Klaus's house? That's everybody that I know right now. Wait. Oh. No, I don't remember where Klaus's house was. Is that where I'm going? Or is that my home base? That's my home base. Wait, no, that's a hotel. Okay. Oh, that's the objective. Okay, got it. Alrighty. I wonder if this woman's still locked up in the church. Andreas! I had heard you were back in Tassing. God bless you. Good morning, Father Thomas. You're not going to try to get me to come to Mass, are you? I would hope that in the many years since you were with us in Tassing, attending Mass has become a habit. That, and I'm sure Master Mailer isn't staying through Sunday. Hopefully this visit will be less eventful than your last. Tassing has enough going on as it is. We have our bonfire for St. John's Eve tomorrow night. People get up to all sorts of mischief. St. John's, the feast and celebration of St. John the Baptist, beginning at sunset on June 23rd. Coincides with Midsummer's Day and the summer solstice. And then it's my job to hear their confessions in the days that follow. Not to mention the grumbling the peasants are making. That's just talk, brother. No need to scare our guest with such things. Ooh, is there about to be some Protestant shenanigans? I'm sure if there is trouble, Master Mailer will be the first to stick his nose in it. Why are you always such an asshole? You have no appreciation for how privileged your life is. It's easy enough for you to come and go. You don't have to live with the consequences. After Ferenc was executed, Father Abbot made Matthew the new prior. Really? Wow. Little gay Matthew. Ferenc may have been annoying, but Matthew is even worse. Thanks for that. It would have been better for everyone if you had simply allowed Brother Piero to die. After all, he only had a few years left anyway. Stare menacingly. Nothing to say for yourself? Friends, there's no need for such ire. Forgive me, Father Thomas. I let my passions get the better of me. Besides, that's not even why I came down here. I actually came to speak to you on the abbot's behalf, Andreas. Father Gournot would like to invite you to come to the library tomorrow morning if you're interested in purchasing some of our books. The abbot just had me run off, and now he wants me back? I can't know the mind of the Father Abbot. I just do what he asks. The library is not quite ready yet, as it does not see much use. If you could come by tomorrow morning, Mother Illuminata can show you what's available. Oh, Mother Illuminata. She had an upgrade. Mother Illuminata? Yes, since Mother Cecilia passed a few years ago. How did she die? Peacefully, in her sleep. So, tomorrow morning? All right, tell him to expect me. I'm sure he'll be overjoyed. And Andreas, I apologize for my harsh words before. It was rash. Brother Piero was a pious man and a skilled artist. We miss him. I appreciate you saying that. I miss him too. Excellent. I'm so glad you two were able to work things out. Oh, Father Thomas, do you have a moment to speak inside the church? Yes, I think so. Why? A private matter. Oh, of course. Until tomorrow. God bless you, Andreas. Okay, is this where I'm trying to go? Yeah, Klaus Drucker, is that right? Yes, here he is. Oh, he's a little baby Magdalene. Bah! Andreas. I'm sorry, Klaus. I know it's been a long time. 7 years. 7 years and nothing from my friend Andreas. First Bert, then Marie just after Magdalene was born. Oh no. They both died? I know. They're so pious here. All the God bless yous and praying, and it's just so baked into everything about the culture and the time of day, everything. My wife always thought highly of you. I can't believe you didn't write back after I told you they had passed. I'm sorry. I should have written. Yes, you should have. Too late for that now, though. Boopy bobo. Oh, hello. She likes you. Oh man, that's so sad that his wife and kid died. Your business seems to have grown. What are you printing? The 12 articles. They were originally written by Swabian peasants who were demanding changes from their lords. Freedom from serfdom, freedom to hunt and use the woods as God intended, freedom from compulsory labor. Abolition of the inheritance tax, fair appraisal of rent, the return of property to common use and ownership. Bavaria isn't Swabia, but their complaints are just as valid for the peasants of Tassing. Swabia, a former duchy in the southern Holy Roman Empire. It was reformed as the Swabian Circle in 1512. It borders Bavaria to the west, the Swiss Confederacy to the south, and Austria to the southeast. Ah, so this is Otto's cause. He's caught your ear already, The abbot has been squeezing the peasants for years. Now he's squeezing the townsfolk, and we're pushing back. Their cause is righteous, Andreas. If you haven't seen the Gertners lately, you should visit them. And Otto had you print these? Yes. Why? Well, I didn't think he could read. He can't, but just about everyone else in town can. He speaks, I print. Just trying to do my part, I suppose. I'm sorry, I'm still not in the mood for this late reunion. Come back for dinner tomorrow. You should go to the Commons, hear what Otto has to say. It's worth hearing. Of course, I'll see you then. Be good while we're gone, Magdalene. Will you be good? Gow, gow, gow. So we're kind of hopping around here. We're not getting the full day. So this feels like a little bit of an epilogue. That, like, the choices I made helped sow the seeds for this revolution. So many people. Everyone listen. We all know why we're here. Nothing I'm going to say will be a surprise. Nothing I'm going to say hasn't already been spoken behind closed doors, whispered to your neighbors. Nothing I'm going to say is untruthful, so it's time we started saying it openly. Year after year, the Abbey has found new ways to tax the peasants. Piece by piece, the Abbey has taken away our right to use God's forest to support our families. Law after law gets heaped upon us. Restrictions on how we can pay rent. Limits on where we can move, who we can wed. And now the death tax, which once claimed only our best animal and garment, takes half our estate. No consideration for widows, no consideration for children. What about the town council, the Rathaus? A community hall where people meet, typically a council that governs day-to-day affairs under the authority of a lord. Surely this is a sign that the abbot wishes to share his power, to listen to our grievances. You have a good heart, Ulrich. You always want to see the best in people. But no. The council is a way for the abbot to divide us, to pit a favored few against the many. This is not charity. No, only greed and desperation drive Father Gurneau. You'd think that if the abbot could, he'd steal a dead man's soul from heaven itself. And when we protested, what did Father Gurneau do? He locked the shrine of St. Moritz. He won't allow the people of this town, the farmers of this land, to pray before the relic. Now, when we most need the intercession of our saint, the abbot has shut us out. Father Gurneau's actions aren't just. They aren't Christian. We've endured this abuse for too long. It's time we let the abbot know we won't take it anymore. Too right. Hear, hear. Yes. This has to stop. Stop. This is foolish. Soldiers are already patrolling nearby towns. If you push against the abbey, you'll incur the Duke's wrath. You could get the town razed and everyone killed. Hanna's right. The Duke is a powerful force in Bavaria. You're playing a dangerous game, Otto. You lot are no match for trained soldiers. If you don't relent, you'll be ground into dust like the Swabian peasants. This guy is the miller. He was a total piece of shit in the prior scenes. And they hadn't even invented Karl Marx yet. Yes. But they did have, the Reformation kind of starting to be sown, I guess. We could always grind you up instead, Lenhart. That might be right if there are already soldiers about. We must stand for what is right. I don't know about this. Don't be shy. Speak up if you have cause. We won't be overrun. The peasants of Salzburg were able to take the city and have their cause heard. Salzburg, a small city located on the river Salzach and founded on Roman ruins. Rumors of violence and rebellion in the city are becoming more common. Casper's hometown. If the people can get the Archbishop of Salzburg to listen to them, then we can do the same with the abbot. Master Andreas, do you think my family in Salzburg is all right? I don't know, Casper, but we can find out. All right. Enough is enough. We can't stand by while the abbot continues treating us poorly. People all over Swabia are taking back their God-given rights. Why shouldn't we do the same? A righteous cause. Martin's right. We deserve better. We can do this. Well spoken, Martin. Everyone ought to consider what he said. Martin has proved dependable these last few years. Of course, if I had played the game a different way, I probably could have gotten him killed for the crime. But if the words of men can't persuade you, perhaps a sign from a greater power will. The abbot may have locked us out of our saint's shrine, but God has shown me that he is with us. Is he about to do some heresy over here? Prior Ferenc ended up getting the sword to the back of his neck for killing the Baron. Based on his occult rituals and all of the notes I found, he was the person I told the Archdeacon to murk. But I did not bring up Matilda's situation or motive, and I didn't have much on Lucky or Martin, really. I think that's all I should say for now. Thank you all for coming. Good day, Andreas. Clara, it's been too long. It's lovely to see you again. Hello, Andreas. I wonder if did Otto end up marrying her? Was that what they said? Yeah, I think so. I'm surprised to see you after your long absence from Tassing. At this rate, we thought we'd never see you again. I was on the road to back to Nuremberg, actually, and wondered how you all were getting on. Oh, things are not good at all. We're in the middle of a strange season. Ah, you found the Gertners. Your speech was very rousing, Otto. I swear they get better each time. Are you looking for trouble, Otto? Of course not, but I understand what might happen if the abbot doesn't listen to reason. Even so, the people here can't go on like this. Something has to change. I'm just concerned for what might happen here, is all. It's appreciated, but we know the risks. Otto, did you really see a sign from God? Is that true? It is, Andreas, I swear. Come talk to me later. I'll tell you what I can, all right? Anyway, Andreas, you and yours should come by at the house for supper. We'd be delighted to have you. Sound good to you, Casper? Yes, Master Andreas, I'm starving. Our table is a little sparse lately, but we'll be sure to feed you well. Thank you. We'll see you there. All right. Vespers. Din time. I do want to poke around and see what else has changed in the years since I've been gone. Oh, here's, yeah, Otto and Eva. They probably are good for now. Andreas. So, Otto. Sign from God? Oh, right. I found something just a few days ago. This will sound crazy, but I found St. Moritz's head. What? His head? Are you sure? Shh. Yes, I'm sure. All right, I can't say anything more until St. John's Day. Then everyone will know. Who else knows about this? Only those who need to know. And you, of course. Feel lucky? Maybe I will on St. John's Day when I see what all the fuss is about. It will be worth the wait. Trust me. Until later, Andreas. I'm sure the widow is dead by now. But I can see what's going on over there. Looks like there's new houses and different foliage, which is a nice touch. Here's Kat. See how she's doing. Andreas? Andreas Mailer? Hello, Kat. Well, would you look at that? You are back in Tassing. And look at you. You've done well for yourself. And who's this? Kat, please meet Casper, my apprentice. Hello. He's got the posture of an artist, that's for sure. Good strong face, though. I do? What brings you back to Tassing, Andreas? Just passing through on the way back to Nuremberg. I saw Martin earlier. I must say I was surprised to see him. That's right, he disappeared when you were last in town. France passed a few winters ago. Then Wolf. Brigitta and I nearly lost the farm, and our mines. Oh my god, the baby died, and this piece of shit. Oh my god. But Martin returned shortly after, and he's proved to be a changed man, a good man. He saved us from destitution. Maybe that isn't really Martin, then. I'd been wondering where Wolf was. I'm so sorry, Kat. I don't know what else to say. I'm sorry. There's nothing to say, is there? He was a good boy. A sweet, good little boy. The stars dimmed when he passed. But that was years ago now. I try not to dwell on it. To be strong for Brigitta, and to find solace in the knowledge he is with God now. Times may be hard in Tassing right now, but God truly does answer our prayers. I'm glad you and your family are well, Kat, despite everything. Thank you, Andreas. It truly is good to see you again, even in the midst of such terrible times. Until later, Kat. until then. Now, I am predicting that the meals I have with people moving forward are going to look a lot shittier. Andreas Mailer, good to see you again after all these years. I'm surprised you'd say that. Your parting words to me back then were hardly kind. Were they? It's been so long, I don't remember. You told me to eat shit. Oh God, that's bad. I was such a little shit, haha. Well, sorry for being such an asshole back then. It seems like you've learned a lot since then. 7 years is a long time for a young man, especially one going through what I was. What happened to you, anyway? Oh, right. You know I stole some of the Baron's things. I didn't make it far with them. I tried to sell them in Walgau and I got robbed. Serves me right, I guess. Luckily, they didn't find the coins I was carrying. The money carried me around Bavaria for another month and a half. Then I started stealing. I grew bigger and more confident over time and became a highwayman. You were a bandit? Hard to believe, I know, but yes. Anyway, it didn't last long. I eventually got scared of it. I had a partner for the last year of my adventures. We tried to rob some Italians. We thought they were merchants traveling under the banner of St. George, a 2nd century Praetorian Guard and patron saint of England. He is most well known for his legendary victory against a dragon. But they were soldiers guarding money from the Bank of St. George in Genoa. Exactly. I learned that later. My partner didn't survive the encounter. I was wounded and alone in the wilderness. I thought of my father, my mother, Brigitta. I realized I couldn't remember Wolf's face anymore. I had to come back and take up the responsibilities I had left behind. It's good that you did, for everyone's sake. You may be right. Mom and Brigitta couldn't run the farm after Dad died. Maybe it's for the best he wasn't here when I got back. Yeah, it's all in the past now. I just need to look forward. That was quite a speech you gave back at the Commons. He needs support. The townsfolk aren't as committed to opposing the abbot. They have less to gain and more to lose if the abbot chooses to get the Duke involved. Anyway, I have to get back to work. Good talking to you, Andreas. Is he really the partner that he says died? That must be it, Maddie. That must be it. Because he was a grown man. Like, he was young and he was a short king, but he was not a child. So it makes no sense that this guy is taller. That's got to be it. All right. Until later. That's why he doesn't have allergies. That's why he's bigger. Hello, Andreas. Hello, Brigitta. How are you? As well as anyone can be in Tassing right now. Well, it looks like things are going well for you. Martin returned, after all. Yes, the winter without him was excruciating. I lost little Wolf, and Kat was worried that she'd lose the farm after France died. But then Martin returned, and he's provided well for us ever since. Despite the tightening restrictions, we've gotten by. I'm thankful. I'm sorry to hear about Wolf. Thank you. I try not to think about it. God, he could be so fucking oblivious. I'll nod regretfully. It's like sometimes I'm making role-playing choices for this character that I know everything in the game is telegraphing he's way more of a piece of shit and would not say these things. Like, he didn't write anybody letters. Even when they messaged him and told him what was going on in their lives, it was full of tragedy. Like, he's obviously very spoiled and rich. He would not be saying these thoughtful things. Kat wants to talk about him all the time, you know. Any night there's clear skies, she looks up and asks if I ever wonder how he is up there. That must be excruciating. Yes, it is. I'm sorry, Andreas. I can't talk about this anymore. Was that a good idea? Why did you think she'd want to talk about her dead son? Were you trying to hurt her? Does it feel good to you, hurting the wounded? No, I was trying to be kind. Does she seem like she has been gifted with a kindness? No. You wouldn't want someone to talk to you about it. That's why you don't mention it. I can't take this anymore. You can. We say these things even though the reminding inflicts immense pain. We say these things because it's the only way through. I'm sorry, I don't know what else to say. Then say that. But will it make any difference? I'm sorry I brought him up, Brigitte. You didn't know. It's all right. It's been good to see you again, but I should be going. Until later. Until then. Damn. Oh, all of the little pagan relics are gone. Looks like the widow is not here. But it still says Widow Kemperin. And nobody's mentioned that she's died, so can't be sure. Hello, Andreas. Oh, she doesn't want to talk to me. Okay. Hey, Andreas. Who'd rumor you were back? Hello, Hans. Meet Casper, my apprentice. Hello. Hello. Are you from Nuremberg, like Andreas? I'm from Salzburg. Is that very far from here? Not too far, I think. A few days to the east on horseback. I've never been outside of Tassing. Or ridden a horse. These are both shitty things to say. Tassing's a wonderful place to live. I guess. Some of the men in town say it would be better if the Abbey weren't around. They might be right about that. What do you think? I don't know. Could be nice to have a change. Be careful what you wish for. Change does not come peacefully in the Empire. I guess we'll see. Until then, Hans. Bower House is locked, but we can talk to Johann. Andreas Mailer. Didn't expect to ever see you back in Tassing. You look like you've done well for yourself. Gonna bitch about being wealthy and covered in furs and silks, no. Thanks. How have you been? Things went well for a while after you left. Widow Kemperin lost her land, and the abbot let us work it. Okay, so she is gone. My brother's heart gave out not long after, but then Martin came back to help work the land. Even so, it's been hard to keep up with the abbot's demands, the taxes, and everything else. Yeah, they booted her. I wonder if she's in the woods. That would be my guess. If she hasn't died. It sounds like a lot of people are upset with the abbot these days. Yeah, I did not help her at all. She wouldn't talk to me. They have good reason to be. I know you didn't get on well with the man either. Father Matthias never let things get this bad. Anyway, good to see you, Andreas. Even if you are just passing through. Until later. There's the Gertners. Yeah, I want to see what else is going on. Yeah, we'll go to Church and Druckers. Check out the mill. See what that piece of shit's up to. Oh, I can go into the actual church now. That's interesting. Elsie. Bless you, Master Mailer. Their kid is probably pretty big now. Oh, looks like their son started doing some more sophisticated drawings as he got older. That's cute. Oh, he's all grown up. Hello, Master Mailer. Hello, Paul. Meet Casper, my assistant. Hello. Do you work with Master Mailer? Have you done real art? I guess? I've been doing sketches of Tassing while we're here. It took me years of practice to make what I thought was real art, Paul. Now, I encouraged him last time, so I'm going to do that again. All art created from the artist's heart is real art, Paul. You don't need fancy paints or canvases to be an artist. You think so? Sure. How's your art going? Shh. Not where Dad can hear. Oh, right. How's the art going? Ha! I've been practicing a lot more. Klaus even showed me a big book full of prints. He said they used a technique called woodcutting. Have you ever done woodcutting, Master Mailer? No, I spent most of my time learning the finer techniques of oil painting. I wish Dad would change his mind about art. Maybe one day, Paul. You never know. I hope so. I should get back to helping my dad. See you later, Master Mailer. See you, Casper. Until then. Oh, Staub is still alive. Yay. That's a great dog right there. It makes me want to pet my cat. Can I see the old man? There he is. Lenhart. Andreas, welcome back to Tassing. Hello, Lenhart. How's the mill? Sturdy as ever, just like me. You look well. Not stuck with the Gertners this time, eh? No, I'm staying at the Golden Hand. Ah, good, good. That Hannah is a good woman. She runs the place well. And far away from those tiresome old monks, too. Anyway, you should come by sometime. I'm sure we'll have a lot to discuss. Good day, Andreas. Good day. He's a little less cantankerous, but probably because I'm so rich now. See if that weird, slutty doctor is around. Hello, Master Mailer. Hello, Andreas. Hi. Hello, are you Helena's daughter? I'm Martha. I'm Andreas. Nice to meet you. All right, I'm going to go. Cool. Andreas Mailer, I never thought I'd see you back here again. I came to pay my respects to Brother Piero. Ah, I'm sorry. I didn't know the man, but I heard others speak well of him. How have you been, Helena? Well, little Martha managed to survive since your last visit, thank God. But lately, not so well. You must know about the taxes we have to deal with. Otto is trying to make the abbot see some sense, but I'm worried he's playing with fire. Carl and Peter and the other farmers support him, but it's dangerous to provoke the Duke. Anton's still too young to get mixed up in all this, but we have Martha to look after now. It sounds like the peasants can't really survive with the way things are. It's going to be a hard winter for certain. But I'd take a skinny husband over a dead one. I pray nothing happens to him. Now then, best get back to my work. Until later, Andreas. Until then. Okay, no, looks like I can't go any further over here. Back into town. Go up to Central Town. Lucky, you old son of a gun. Andreas, not who I wanted to see. God has it out for me. Perhaps God is trying to send you a message of forgiveness. It's not good for the soul to hold a grudge. You still talk too much. Couldn't even hold back to the archdeacon, running your mouth. I owed it to the law not to speak falsehoods in front of adjudicator. It would have besmirched my integrity. Oh shit, he knows that I mentioned he was a suspect. You were a valid suspect. It was nothing personal. It was fucking personal to me. Good thing the Archdeacon knew how to weigh all the evidence. Turns out the prior's just as corrupt as regular folks. I still can't believe it was Ferenc. I'm not surprised. They didn't kill me, but you tainted my name. Folks whispering, what if they got the wrong person? Could have been the Mason after all. I'm sorry, Lucky. That was not my intent. Apologies don't bring work. Reputation does. At least most have the decency to only whisper, unlike that shit Mueller. So no, I don't like seeing you here, Master Mailer. I can only apologize again. Truly, I've little else to give. Yeah, well, that won't make us all friendly. Keep your distance, all right? Now get lost. Shit. Guess I probably shouldn't go in his house. No fire going. She's gonna be pissed at me, too. Oh, maybe she's not. Oh, Andreas, how good it is to see you again. And who's this? Hello, Agnes. This is my assistant, Casper. Hello. What a hale-looking boy. And you, Andreas, you look very well. Why are you back in Tassing? I came to pay respects to Brother Piero's grave. Oh, of course. I'm sure the brothers appreciated that. The last few years have been difficult for everyone. We've lost so many. Bert and Marie. Yes, I heard Bert and Marie had passed. Tragic. Yes. Poor Klaus. I hope you've stopped in to talk to him. He sent you letters. Ah, yes. Anyway, I won't burden you with all of Tassing's troubles. It's been good to see you again, Andreas. Until later. Until then. Damn, there must be so many different ways things play out in this game based on the choices you make. Anna and Gret. God bless you, Andreas. I'm so thankful you returned to Tassing after so long. We prayed so fondly for you after you left. That's very kind of you. Although I hear Tassing needs more prayer than ever right now. Ah, that's right. You were at Otto's speech earlier. Yes, Tassing's peasants are struggling, and now even we townsfolk are pinched by the abbot's new restrictions. I worry about my husband. He's getting too involved with the whole business. You're right to be worried. Otto's protests look like the start of a revolt. Oh, may God prevent such a thing from happening here. I love my husband, but sometimes I worry that he focuses too intently on the details. He does not see that he may be both prudent and Christian. I pray that I'm not acting selfishly, but the abbot's taxes have affected us too. What about Anna's future? Ulrich has been offering credit to Peter for years, which I've accepted, but now we can only bake so much bread a week before we go hungry ourselves. Can you talk to him, Andreas? Of course, Gret, but I can't promise I'll change his mind. God bless you, Andreas. That's all I ask. Hello, Master Andreas. Check out Northtown. Oh, this is new. New construction. Some kind of mill. The Rathaus construction is going smoothly. I wonder if they'll finish it before winter. Oh, I see. Okay, this is just a wheel to raise the weights to build the, basically like town hall. The Stoll's house. Guess he is still here. And he's still looking fine as fuck, even though he's a piece of shit. Hello, Werner. Yes? Oh, Andreas Mailer. How unexpected. I'm very busy at the moment. Another time? Later then. Yeah, he does not give a fuck about me. Isenkopf. I don't think I know the Isenkopfs. Balthazar. Salutations. You must be that wonderful artist, no? Master Andreas Mailer. Yes. Wonderful, wonderful. Balthazar Eisenkopf, at your service. But call me Baltus, please. It's much more familiar. A pleasure, Baltus. Have you been in Tassing long? Oh, just a few seasons. My cart broke down, and I found the place so charming I decided to stay. I enjoy the quiet, but I must say I do miss the company of other intellectuals. Oh, going to bed? All right. Thanks for hanging out, Maddie. Hope the rest of y'all have a good night. Usually that good Dr. Stoltz and I whittle the hours away in the evenings. So naturally, when I heard a well-known artist had returned, I was beside myself. I'm always pleased to meet a like-minded individual. What do you do? I'm an inventor of sorts. Really? What do you make? All sorts of things, young man. Mechanical clocks of all sizes, metal mice that skitter about, even light without flame. Truly impressive, Baltus. Thank you, Andreas. I knew a fellow artist such as yourself would appreciate my work. Ah, well, I'd best get back to it. You know how it is for us few, called to a higher art. Good luck, Baltus. Until later. Wow. Light without flame. He is advanced for that. Okay, so I've checked in with most people in town. I'm gonna check the forest off the meadow. Oh, I need to go in the church too. I have not been in here before. It's Ottilia! She lives in the church now. You're that artist who came here a few years ago, around the time of the murder. True. I came to pay my respect. No, wait, she doesn't like the church, so I'll say this. Yes, I'm Andreas Mailer. Right. I know your name. Do you work for Father Thomas? Work for? I'm his slave. I clean this damned church and keep his house so I have a roof over my head. Around the time the Baron was murdered, I lost my home. That bastard, the abbot, took it from me. Now I have to rely on the charity of the church. I hate the church as much as the abbey. I wish there were a hell so I could send a lot of these holy men there. I'm surprised Father Thomas lets you stay here. He thinks he can save me. I let him keep believing that as long as he keeps a roof over my head. All right. Well, I'll see you later. Fine. Damn, that sucks. Wow. This is beautiful. This must be the labyrinth the church is named after. Interesting. What about the woman in the walls? I want to talk to her. Oh, and this is like the pagans being led into hell. And then Jesus in Mary's lap. And the three magi. Hello, the pork tree. How's it going? Yeah, my day's not too bad. How about yourself? I'm loving this game. Smokey is still here. Oh, hello, Master Mailer. You're looking well. Thank you, Smokey. How are you? I'm well enough, I guess. Václav went his way a few years ago, which I suppose was bound to happen. I miss the company sometimes, but now there's no one to keep me from my gossip. No one to tell it to, either. Have I missed much? The things I could tell you since you left Tassing. We'd be here till Kingdom Come. Oh? I did see another Imperial Reichspost courier ride from the Abbey a few days ago. A private mail service run by the Thurn and Taxis family and approved by the Holy Roman Empire. Wow, look at this little knight scribing it down. And this cat catching mice. Brother Guy dropped the bag once. It looked heavy. The abbey must be doing better than that abbot is letting on. I'd heard the abbey was struggling with its funds. Curious, isn't it? The couriers arrive once or twice a month. Doesn't help that the abbot has tightened restrictions so close to St. John's Eve, too. The townsfolk get up to all sorts of mischief then. What sort of mischief? I'd wager Johann and Kat will find some corner to play in again. Oh. Having a little dalliance? It's practically traditional at this point. Veronica and Brigitte might go out for a midnight dip by the waterfall, too. They've been swimming out there for years. Now everyone's getting clever, trying to stay out from the abbot's eye. Rightly so. He's an ass. I didn't see you in the town commons during Otto's speech. Aren't you standing with the peasants? Well, their cause doesn't really affect me, does it? I'm as worried as anyone about soldiers rushing through here, but the new taxes and restrictions don't bother me. I understand why they're upset, but I've been doing fine out here with less than they have. Nothing will change for me if they get their way. I see. Ah, well, enough of that. Thanks for stopping by, Master Mailer. Until later, Smokey. Until then. This is the first quiet moment in like 10 hours, so I'm relishing it before bed. Oh, gosh. Please, yes, drink it up. I don't know about you, but when I'm on like that, it's hard to slow down. With Father Gruneau's new restrictions, the townsfolk can't even gather sticks without a fee. Nothing to do over here. Yeah, the knight's little crossed leg was a little sassy, wasn't it? It was a little minxy. The waterfalls must flow down from the snowmelt in the mountains above the abbey. Okay, so this is the waterfall where the ladies go swimming. And this is the mine. Nothing to see here. Oh. Two innocents. One of the notes left behind after the murder referred to two innocents. Or an innocent and... I mean, at the time I thought it was implied like a child, but... I suppose not. Schlau, what are you doing out here? Oh, sweet Schlau. Watching this while playing a 1946 1-second A5, a time writing notes, is great. I don't know what game that is that you're talking about. But it sounds... But tell me more. The many-petaled cinquefoil. It grows so easily some consider it a weed. Oh, 1946 cartoon. Brother Waslav uses thyme in almost all of the abbey's cooking. Maybe because it grows so easily here. Alright, time to go get my sup with the Druckers. See what kind of measly meal they can afford for me now. I never did find out what was up with that town drunk either. Oh, I haven't talked to Andrus. Oh, he's looking a little tired. Andreas, you're back in Tassing? Just for a few days. I wanted to pay my respects to Brother Piero. Oh, book review. There's like one pop culture per second, so I'm Googling a lot. Interesting. Very cool. Is this for, what's this for? Publication? Oh yes, Brother Piero. What a talent with color. I'm sorry, Andreas. He was a sweet old man. I talk to him sometimes on my breaks up at the Abbey. I'm surprised Prior Ferenc didn't give you an earful. Well, he did before the, unpleasantness. I'm sure you know it shook things up at the Abbey for a while. Brother Guy made it clear I wasn't welcome at Curacao when I arrived, so yes. For what it's worth, you're still welcome in Tassing. Anyway, Matthew's prior now. Still strict, but a bit quieter about it. The gay boy. The gays stay winning. Maybe eventually, but right now it's for a paper. I'm analyzing 2 Daffy Duck cartoons with regard to race and gender. Oh, that's so interesting. Yeah. Was Daffy Duck... I mean, I'm sure this is a whole paper's worth of information, but was Daffy Duck meant to be black, or was he not? Like, I feel like I've heard mention of that, or there being some references in some of the cartoons that have like kind of racist connotations, but I don't know if that's actually true. It's complicated. Yeah. Because, I mean, I've also heard that about, like, Steamboat Willie being basically, like, minstrel show adapted into a mouse. And there being kind of black iconography kind of there, but... Or, you know, more, like, racist minstrel show iconography version of that. But I don't know how true that is. But I'm sure this is a whole paper of things to say. And gender in Daffy Duck is a little bit interesting, too. People always talk about Bugs Bunny's gender bendiness, but not Daffy as much. So maybe it's a change for the best. Who's to say? We don't have to live by the rule. Then again, we all have to live under Father Gournot's rule, which is probably worse. Oh, are you in with the peasants, Endris? Well, of course. Gournot has been running them into the ground. On top of that, we can't even use the forest anymore. Any of us used to be able to go fishing in there. Not anymore. The townspeople who are like the middle class or like business owners are like way more woke here than in regular life today. How far are you going to take this? Well, I don't know. Don't ask me. I'm not leading the thing. But I trust in Otto, and the peasants do too. I hope your trust is well placed. Pray for us, will you? We could use St. Moritz's help right now. Say, Andreas, how's the married life been treating you? After you left here and returned to Nuremberg, I take it you were married. I was. Sabine, she was waiting for me. I hope the married life has treated you well. I still have not found anyone. I fear it's never going to happen. Really? Not a single person has caught your eye? Well, when I was in Innsbruck a few years ago, I saw a real pretty girl at the market, selling painted pots. I think about her sometimes. Maybe more than is Christian. Hold on, you need to go back to Innsbruck and find that pretty girl. What? Really? You're older than me and you're not married. Go find her. That's how it should be. You seem to feel strongly about this, Andreas. But it sounds foolish. Juvenile, you might say. Maybe. But no, I'll say, don't overthink it. Just take my advice. Well, if I ever have the chance to get back to Innsbruck, maybe I will. There's something to look forward to after all. I thank you, Andreas. You're a man of inspiration. A pleasure. Until later, Andres. Until then. Are there going to be 3 time periods in this game? Seems like there's going to be consequences of the advice I'm giving. In book review, when he was dressed up as a runaway slave woman, in book review, he wears a head wrap, but no major significant other racial signifiers. His skin and running through Uncle Tom's cabin being enough. Okay, so yeah, there's definitely some elements of that. If it, at least in as far as to make a racial like jokes or do racisms. Hello again, Andreas. We're about to sit down for supper. Care to join? It would be my pleasure. It's truly a blessing to have everyone back together again, if only briefly. Keep an eye on that boy of yours, Andreas. See that he minds how much he takes. Young boys eat too goddamned much. Peter, stop that. Andreas is our guest. Why don't you lead us in grace? Fine. Bless us, O Lord, and these your gifts, which we are about to receive from your bounty. We pray again for our beloved Christine, gone now these many years, and also for my father, taken from us by the merciless greed of that bastard Peter. Forgive me, Lord, and please help me to forgive those who have wronged us. Through Christ our Lord. Amen. Amen. Hello, Lori Loves Prince. Peter is so through. Amen. Master Andreas, why are we the only ones with bread? The Gertners can't afford a lot of bread. They're being polite. Oh, I'm glad you like my narration. I wish I was better at doing different voices and things like that. Vaudeville being the source of a lot of early animation's inspiration makes it intertwined with minstrelsy. Yeah, that was my understanding of Steamboat Willie and Mickey Mouse's design too, and like part of the choice of why he's black. Oh, it's like a good bedtime story. Oh, I'm glad to hear it. And yeah, Waluigi Bowser, like, I don't think they had any intention explicitly of making Bugs queer back then, but I think they put him in costumes as a gag and also made him be provocative because he was this imp-like boundary violating character, and so like that resonates with a lot of queer people, and more recent adaptations have owned that and celebrated that and made it more canon. And with another guest, is this young man your assistant? Casper. Yes, he's my apprentice. Ah, that would explain why I saw him writing in that little journal. I remember you did the same thing when you lived here. Wow, I have pottage, cheese, and bread. Let's start with the cheese. Do you still draw in your journal, Andreas? Not really. The work I do now is pretty rote. If you can call your paintings work. And we toil all day, and that despicable abbot is starving us all while he sips on his sacramental fucking wine. Lay off him, Dad. He only just got here. Some bread. There's a Mel Blanc quote that people bring up as Bugs being canon non-binary and them not having the words, but that quote has been pretty taken out of context. Oh, I don't think I've heard about that. That is interesting, though. How have the fates been treating you these last few years? Cough. Oh no, if Ursula dies, oh man. Ugh. The Lord is testing us with another hard season, I'm afraid. You must have noticed that Peter's father is no longer with us. The winter after you left was a difficult one. With all of the taxes we owed, it was hard to make ends meet. We didn't. We didn't make ends meet. Dad, a little kindness from the abbot could have spared us, but no. I'm sorry. Sorry. Why? You don't control the abbot's cruel heart. Anyway, the debt was my responsibility to pay, and I failed. And this year, the whole family's been ill, Andreas. Peter, Ursula with an ague, and me, well... Clara lost a child in childbed a year ago now. A tragedy. I'm sorry for your loss. Thank you, Andreas. It was some time ago, but, well, such things linger. It was... Don't think about it. Just keep the conversation going. You're already thinking about it. Please leave me alone. Just for a while. All right. Just for a while. Surely the child is with the Lord now. The Lord doesn't seem to look our way any longer. That's why it's time for us to take matters into our own hands. We're eating, not at the table. Do you think? Please, can we not talk about this now? All Looney Tunes. Oh, wait. Yeah. All Looney Tunes anthro-animals are all non-binary in a way because they're not humans. They can be men and often refer to themselves as... They can't be men and often refer to themselves as the animal. Bugs kissing his enemy opponent always struck me as engendering homophobia. Like it's this huge insult to have a man kiss a man. Yeah, that's part of the joke. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they often turn to violence and do a gay panic. Yeah. Well, that's part of the joke on the people Bugs kisses. So is that him just kind of debasing them and disgusting them by doing a homophobia at them, I guess? It's a little bit of that, but it's also a little bit of that like gender bending imp kind of character, I feel like. Which again is part of how they telegraphed back then that somebody is transgressive. Uh, it's not quite queer coded villain level, but like the way that somebody's kind of amoral. Like Bugs Bunny is not like a moral character. Like he's a little piece of shit, and part of how they broadcast that is him doing that, right? There's some strength in the argument that it's the person doing the dressing up that isn't the joke for once. Right, yeah, he like enjoys it and does it to get a rise out of people. So it doesn't quite hit with the same queer coded villain, sinister Maltese Falcon pervert kind of thing. It's lighter, um, because he's the protagonist, and so I guess there's something to be said for that in terms of its impact. Eating my pottage. Jorg here was married while you were away, Andreas. Really? To whom? To me, Andreas. Why else do you think I'm here? Of course. You two make a good match. Jorg has been good to me. There aren't many other options in Tassing anyway. It's been a couple springs, but I'm still not used to being married. Any children yet? Oh man, I'm gonna step in it if I ask that, but I'll do it. There's been time enough for it. Not yet, no. Soon, I hope. Ugh. Well, you just keep at it. Right. Ha ha ha. What? I don't get it. Do you? Oh, forget it, Ursula. What have you been up to, Andreas? What should I say? My life seems so far from theirs now. I only have Beatrice now. I wonder why that is. Don't leave them waiting. I can't think of anything. Nothing but my miserable little problems. They'll think you're rude if you don't say something. Oh, Nuremberg is miserable. I'm painting a commission, but patrons are paying to be added, so it's taking ages to finish. Must be a real burden having so many rich men lining up to give you money. Ursula, maybe you should excuse yourself and rest. You're sick. But, Mom, I'm still hungry. Here, Ursula. You can have mine. Casper's a good boy. It's not fair that nobody else gets any bread beside Master Andreas and me. Stop. Ursula, give it back to him. I'm not going to have people in this town saying we can't feed our goddamned guests. Besides, we all have work to get back to, don't we? Good. Damn, that was harsh. Time to get back to it, Andreas. We'll see you and your boy later. My apologies, Peter. We don't mean to overstay our welcome. It's all right, Andreas. He's just in a bad mood. It was lovely to see you again. Yeah, the abbot pissed in Peter's Cheerios. Yes, thank you for coming, Andreas. Will you be staying for St. John's Eve? I think so. Good. Hopefully we'll see you later. Until then. Wait, wasn't it Veronica and Brigida who were said to be swimming in the waterfall on St. John's Eve? And Veronica and Jorg have not had any kids yet. So maybe they're the big gay as well. Just catching up on the chat here. The Animaniacs did the kissing jokes like Looney Tunes did. Oh, I'm so glad that the new generation still know about Animaniacs. That show was the fucking goat. That and Freakazoid. I'm glad people still know about that shit. That was my shit. Daffy just dresses up for fun half the time. I met Chuck Jones years ago, and his book said he really wanted Daffy to personify the id. Oh, interesting. Chuck Jones was pretty clear about Daffy. So cool. When Chuck was a kid, he had a birthday party. His mom said you can have all the cake you want. So he took the whole cake because he thought she was being honest. Sounds kind of autistic. Very literal. All right, where's my... Oh, the sin of Saul, the sin of Saul. Master, did you hear that? It sounded like someone crying out. I think it's Sister Amelie. She's a mystic. She may be having one of her visions. He created Daffy out of that experience. Oh, I never interpreted Daffy as that, like, straightforward. That's interesting. Sister Amelie, are you all right? The Philistines. This is the hand of God. Compline. Monistic hour corresponding to 8 p.m. One of the little hours of prayer. The monks and nuns retire to their dormitories shortly afterward. Sister, is something happening at Compline? It's Compline right now. No! Sister Amelie? You're the artist, Andreas. You remember me? Yes. Baby, hello? Hello, baby. Oh my god, sweetie. Say hi to everybody. Ooh. You getting playful? You waking up? I'm almost done. Once I go to bed, I'll be done. Yes, you were here when the Baron was killed. You've changed. In more ways than one. The complexities and difficulties of the outside world are why I am glad to be in here. I can see and hear the world spinning around me, but I am not a part of it. This cell gives me the peace and isolation I need to feel God's presence. And in the stillness of this storm of the world, a storm sometimes rouses in my soul. I wish Father Thomas were here. Would you like Casper to go get him? If he could, yes. His house is just around the corner. Casper, run and get Father Thomas. Yes, Master Andreas. Your son? My apprentice, Casper Ziegler from Salzburg. He seems eager to please you. Of course, that is the job of an apprentice. I have little knowledge of the workings of masters and apprentices. Oh wow, we see her room now. My world is one of spirit, decoupled from the march of life and death. I see and hear your world turning from this little window, but they are mercifully small glimpses. You chose a difficult life. This life is not difficult, but the choice was. My life belongs to God, and its trials are mine to endure in this cell. Your world is the world of normal lives and normal thoughts. It can be difficult to hear the divine, much less make sense of it. I have no will to be part of that world. I strive to have no will at all, but to subordinate myself before the will of God. This is just literally how people did BDSM before they had BDSM. Like, straight up. When my will is his will, he graces me with visions, confusing though they may be. I'm sorry to have... No, it must be frustrating. It's a struggle, but it is not frustrating. My visions are gifts from God. I am blessed to receive them. I must have patience, seek counsel in Father Thomas, and accept that not everything will be revealed to me. Sister, what is that hole in the ground? My grave. That seems macabre. I dug it before Father Thomas read me my funeral rites, before I was enclosed here. I dig it a little more each day. Most people find it shocking, but this is my devotion, my vocation. Once someone finds their calling, they must answer it fully. This shit goes fucking hard. No, I think this shit's kinky as fuck. Like, shit's crazy. What if the calling is wrong? I wish I could give a helpful answer, but I don't know. I felt this was my calling even before I could admit it to myself. Is your calling in question, Andreas? Is your life? Both, I think. I've lost my love for art, love for family, love for anything. The last 7 years have been hard. It was all too much for me. Don't lose hope, Andreas. The human heart is no small thing. It can hold so much. Andreas, thank you for sending Casper. She asked for you. Are you all right, Sister Amelie? Yes, Father. I may have had another vision. I remember little of it. Master Mailer and his apprentice heard nothing specific. That is unfortunate, but I am glad you are all right. Andreas, Casper, could you excuse us? We appreciate your help, but I must tend to her now in the church. Of course, Father. Good evening. God bless you both. Master Andreas, I'm confused. What did all that mean? I'm not sure, but the last time I heard Sister Amelie have a vision, it was just before the Baron was murdered. What? Do you think... Could Sister Amelie be receiving warnings? It's possible, yes. If someone's going to be murdered, how do we stop it? That's a difficult question to answer. Come, Casper, let's retire for the evening. All right, is my hotel up here, right on the way to the mill? No. This is the Druckers, right? So is it off by the meadow? Oh yeah, that's it right there. All right, let's tuck in for bed. And then we'll leave it here for the night. Oh good, my kitty's drinking water. Good girl. All right, let me lay down with my little squire. Go to sleep. Oh my god, our little stocking caps and tunics. How cute. Yeah, I always sleep in. All right. Next time we'll be meeting Illuminata at the library. All right. Thank you so much, everybody, for chilling and watching this game with me. I'm loving it a lot. The writing is just impeccable. I haven't played a game with writing this good since Disco Elysium. And they're doing really interesting stuff with the timeline. I leave suddenly? I guess people wind down more in their streams, but I'm the kind of person, like, I'm an Irish goodbye person. I hate when meetings go long. When I'm done, I'm done. I'm gonna pick somebody to raid though. What platform is it on? I think you can get it on anything. I'm playing it on PC. I think it's even on mobile, I think, maybe. So, yeah, PC, Nintendo Switch, anything like that. Let's see. Who will we raid? Who will I send you to? I think I'll send you to Tom Walker. Yeah, he's a big channel, but it's a good time. Um, Thank you so much, everybody. Oh, good. I'm glad it timed out well, Silharsa. Yeah, I do tend to cut things off fast, but hopefully everybody had a nice chill time. I'm really loving this game, so hopefully I'll be able to play again soon. It's a lot of reading, but it's incredible writing. So I am really enjoying it. So I'll get you all ready. Send y'all on over to Tom Walker. Um, if you feel like still chilling out, and yeah, I'll see y'all again soon on the channel. Yes. Oh, good. She's grooming. Yeah, she just ate. Now she's relaxing and spreading her little toe beans. Oh my god, I love her. She's such a sweetheart. I'm gonna play with her too. I also feel bad for neglecting her. That's part of why I'm going so soon. But I'll talk later. Thanks everybody for hanging out tonight. Bye.